Hello, friends. Welcome in. How are you? I hope you're having a great day. A happy Mario Day to you. Hold on. Real quick. Just real quick. Hold on, let me do this. Also, I totally forgot to turn on my camera, so I'm gonna do that on stream. So hold on one second, there's nothing here. EOS webcam utility, there you are. Alright, totally good, don't worry. Oh, hello everyone. You didn't see me do that, but welcome in. Welcome in, how are you? Oh, that's also not, I should have made a Mario background. Too late? Probably too late. Let's do what's related. Pokemon is probably the closest I have. We could do a light rain. How does that sound? Is that very Mario-y? That sounds good. Square, we're also listening to Mario and Chill? I think that's what it is. Yeah, because I've had that song stuck in my head, so we're going to listen to that today. But Gizmo! Hello, you were first. How are you today? Are you done with work yet? And then Square, welcome in. It's going to be Hotel Mario, isn't it? Or Mario's Missing. I knew it. It's none of the ones you've mentioned, but it is maybe one of the best Mario games throughout time. But we'll see. And then Emmers, hello. How are you? Mario is typing then. Impromptu Mario background making stream. Let's go. Still working, but taking the latest possible break. Wait, I thought it was one of those two too. No, it's not. There's a huge delay on my end. Messages going through. Is that on my end? Maybe. Not first. I know, Emmers. I sorry. When do you do an emote? When do you see it? Like, is it that like you hit enter and then it doesn't appear in chat for a bit? I mean, there's always like a little bit of a delay, but I sit here and approve every message. That's how we run this. No. I'm too lazy for that. Yeah, it's worse than usual. Weird. Yeah, then no. I mean, when do you see... Well, there's always a delay, so I don't know. I was going to say, when do you see an emote pop up on the screen, like when you use it? But there's always going to be a little bit. That's what I thought. No, we don't do that. I was going to do like a, see if like, I don't know how I would do this, but see if like chat can guess what emote, or not what emote, what game we're going to play today. But like 20 questions, maybe it's like a 20 questions type thing. After you see the emotes on screen before I see them in chat, oh weird, then yeah, that's on you, my friend. BRB, restarting my app. But how are you all today? I hope you're having a great day. A happy Mario Day. Is it pre-2000? Yes, it is pre-2000. Can it fit in a bread basket? Yes. Hope you're having a great Mario Day. Honestly, there was not a lot of stuff announced. Question mark? I was expecting way more from Mario. Testing. How does that? That's better? Okay, good. Emmers asked if it was pre-2000, and I said yes. Is it on a cartridge? Yes, it would have been on a cartridge. I can't believe there was no trailer. Honestly, same. I'm shocked. I thought today would be the day as well. After you said that, I was like, oh, it totally makes sense that they'll drop a Mario trailer. Is it on NES? I actually I need a reminder. No, it is not on NES. But yeah, once you mentioned like a Mario movie trailer, I was like, oh yeah, they're totally gonna do that. Honestly, I think the Lego announcement was probably the biggest thing, Square. SNES, it is. It is a SNES game. Because I don't think, and honestly, like, their tweets have been sort of like, I mean, like, just kind of random pictures, I feel like. Not anything, like, too crazy. Super Mario World? Wrong. Yeah, I honestly expected a little bit more. It's Mario's Time Machine. You are, in fact, correct. We are playing Mario's Time Machine today. You see, there was a hint the whole time. It's the best Mario game of all time. And so for that, Square, what do I win? A fist bump. Square, for knowing your Mario knowledge and stuff. You get a fist bump. Go ahead and punch your screen on the count 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoopin'. But yeah, so that's what we're playing today. And so that's also why this will be one of the few times that I am very pro just beacon backseat game. There's actually a ridiculous amount of Mario games on the SNES. There are. Well, and I actually, to be honest, when I was thinking about this, I was like, maybe can I play it like a Yoshi game? Does that count, or should it be Mario focused, like centric? And so I am outraged that Mario's Time Machine isn't in my Mario encyclopedia. It is. I actually remember playing it as a kid. We rented it, I think, from like a Blockbuster. It's all right, but it'll be fun going through it. And I think easier, actually. I think it's going to be a lot easier. Plus, with the advent of, like, you know, game facts, we can, like, cheese our way through it. But it's essentially like a Mario point and click without it being a point and click. If that makes sense. It's a very, like, I don't even want to say it's narrative heavy, because it's not. It's just you walk around like a small area, and you go through time, but you go through a small area. You learn about somebody that existed, and then you have to answer questions. And I think that's it. I think that's like kind of all it is. So legitimately, I think you can probably, some of you will be able to answer all of the questions without actually like without us having to actually play the game. So we'll kind of see. Because it's like the whole point. Well, there's like a story about Bowser, I think. He's stolen something, maybe? I can't remember. But we have to just return these items throughout time. And the way you do that, like the only way you can finally give the person the item is if you've like completed like a little questionnaire about them. And that's it. I think that's the entire game, as far as I remember. There's also surfing. So you'll see. But we'll get to that soon. Before I sold my 90s Macintosh, I installed Mario's Missing on it. I do actually remember playing Mario's Missing as well. I almost played that, actually. So was that your first guess or second guess? Hold on, scroll. This was your... No, it was your second guess. We almost played Mario's Missing. One of the reasons why we're not, though, is I was like, well, Mario is missing. It's Mario Day. I guess he should be there. That game is just awful. That's one where I don't remember it as much, but you kind of just walk around and talk to people as well, as far as I remember. I don't actually remember. You play as Luigi, and you like walk around, right? Yeah, they're very similar. Yeah, so this will be fun. there's a guy who pops into the chat every once in a while. He's one of the streamers, a part of Punch Lasers, but his name is El Capitan. He has, I think, one of the funniest stories, which is that he never played a Mario or Zelda game growing up, except his only like introduction to Mario and Zelda were the CDI games that were on computer. And so, like, he played those and he was like, these aren't good. And then he was like, I just never understood why people liked Mario and Zelda. I was just like, people would talk about it and be like, wow, those games are so bad. He played those originally, yeah, that's amazing. And so then, it wasn't until much later that he actually played them. So he's like, though I tried to get him to like play Breath of the Wild, but he only like kind of got into it and then stopped. But I think he's played more now. Like I think he's played Odyssey, so like he gets it. I would love a CDI. Did he actually? I mean, he must have. It was during that time. I don't know what else he would have played it on. So and he actually played them on stream because I was like, I actually have not. I've seen like the video clips of like the cutscenes or whatever, if you want to call them a cutscene. But Runner!
Happy Mario Day.
Happy Mario Day to you too. How are you doing today? How's your day? They're worth so much now. Like 10 years ago, a working one was over $1,000. I wonder how much they are now. Oh, they're the original cutscenes. That's true, and they were like animated weird. But like he played them on stream one day, and it was so weird. Like the Mario game was like nothing like Mario at all. But they had Goombas, and I just remember they were like opening doors and like closing doors, and I don't remember what else the game was like. And then the Zelda game was just super weird. It was a side-scrolling, like, it was just very, very weird. Like, not at all. It's basically like the Netflix version of whatever, if you can imagine that. It was like if I mean, there was going to be like a Netflix Star Fox show, wasn't there? Or was it Legend of Zelda? I can't remember. It'd have been that, basically. Like, where this looks like the thing, but it's not the thing. Rest in peace, Cowboy Bebop. So, they just were odd. Yeah. So, I've never played those. I don't know if I would ever want to. They seem like a chore. So, we probably won't. But... side note, well, one, let me know if you guys are celebrating Super Mario Day. I know that Square guy did. Square made some Lego Mario stuff, and they're all adorable. I have never gotten into Lego. I don't actually like own anything Lego. But seeing those, I was like, I want them. Chore doesn't even begin to describe. That's fair. There were so many cute things. There were. I loved, the piranha plant, like clown car. What is that called? Whatever that is, like that was super cool. I loved the penguin, to be honest. I thought that was actually super cool. Honestly, just get some of the Mario blind bags. They are. The little penguin. I love that it like makes a noise. And also the toad in the background. I know that was from like an older thing. But still. I love Toad. Toad is just the best. I need more Toad content. I just love it. What else? Oh, also the cannon was super cool. He'll be available in a couple upcoming sets too. Nice. Nice. I like to hear that. Maybe there's a chance. Maybe I'll be able to get a hold of it. Yeah, but I think, speaking of though, I think the Lego stuff was legitimately the most, Marvel, what? I just thrown the word Marvel. Yeah, that's, we're just gonna go with that. The Lego stuff was probably the biggest announcement. I threw in Marvel instead of announcement. For today, as far as I know, unless they're really holding on to something for later. Yeah, I can't believe that's all that was announced. There was actually, like, a bunch of games announced for the Switch today. None of which are Mario related, but, like, a bunch of trailers came out today. And so, part of me was even like, was there a surprise direct? And I checked and it was like nothing. I even went onto the Nintendo subreddits. There was only one, like, Mario Day themed post on the, just Nintendo. Nothing on Nintendo Switch at the time that I checked. And I was like, weird. Does no one know? And the day's almost over, I know, for us. The day's over for you guys, but I was like, oh, okay, maybe they'll announce something. Not today, though. Not today. What else was I gonna say? Oh, by the way, as an aside, not today. Maybe they'll fake us out and announce it tomorrow. Side note, I was doing my taxes yesterday. Not fun. But I was doing my taxes yesterday, and I was gonna use TurboTax, because that's what I've used in the past. Even though they've been kind of shady in the past, and also they're no longer doing, like, a free thing anymore. But I was like, but I've used them in the past. It's just going to import everything. It'll be faster and easier. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, I got to the end, and I'm only getting, like, a small return from my taxes. And they're trying to take out of it. So they say, at first they were like, all right, what you would pay for this is like $50. And I was like, okay, that's fine. For the convenience, sure, why not? But then, as I was, like, about to, like, complete everything, they said, like, this will be your, like, return amount. And I noticed that the number was, like, way different than I thought it was going to be. And I checked, they added, like, $50 worth of fees to it. And so they were going to take about $100 out of my return. And I was like, no. So now I'm going to go through the, like, official, like, US tax IRS thing website, because they do offer it for free. It's just gonna take longer, so I'm gonna do that probably after stream today. But goodbye, I have to do my taxes, I know. But yeah, I was like, why? I even spent time trying to see if I could find, like, a promo code, and I couldn't. Can't believe Mario trailer will drop just on a random day, or we'll wait until Mario 10 next year. Yeah, was it? Do we even have, like, an approximate date for the movie? In Australia, the official taxing on the website's pretty good. It only takes like 10 minutes. I've never used the one that's on the IRS website, so I don't know if it's gonna take a while to, like, import things. But you think it wouldn't, because they, like, have all the info, right? They know everything. I thought it was meant to be this year, but you see, I thought so too. But so you would think it would be today, of all days, that they would announce it. Unbelievable. I was half expecting them to just be like, we've delayed the movie just because of recent events, and everyone being like, what's in the movie? What? Why? What? What? But that hasn't happened as far as I know. As far as I know, that hasn't happened. Anyway, we already know all your info, but we won't tell you, and you need to tell us everything. And if it doesn't match what we already know, you'll be in deep trouble. Taxes are great, yeah. They're just wonderful. Gosh, so yeah, so I have to do that. And what else? I feel like there was something else that I was going to mention today that I saw that was like newsworthy. But I don't know. What was it? I think it was a Nintendo thing, wasn't it? Hold on. It was just a gaming thing. This is why I wrote. Wait, do you write show notes? Because I have actually thought about doing that. Because there are so many times where I'm like, oh, I should mention this, and then start stream, blank mind. My mind is blank. I can't think. Yeah, I usually just write up a bunch of dot points of things. I need to do that. I need to do that. Because, yeah, I forget way too often. Oh, Pons! Welcome in. How are you? I usually don't get through it all. It's just there if I can't think of anything to say. That's fair. That is fair. Oh, yeah, so if you want a chance at winning any of the art I made for my brother, you can start watching his streams and earn tickets. Oh, wait, he's giving those away? Oh, that's awesome. I thought he was just, like, gonna hang all those up. I would keep them. Good, just working and lurking. Nice. I hope you're having a good day. Oh, Pons, I feel like there was something I was going to ask you specifically. Also, this is another problem. Not that he's streaming now, so no one leave. Everyone just leaves. They're like, I want that art. I want that art. They're for a giveaway. Interesting. Yeah, Opons, I feel like I was going to ask you something. But I don't know anymore. I'm good at this. Everybody, I'm real good at this. That's what I've learned. I feel like over the past week, I've been like, you know what? I am very good at this. I am just a good streamer. By the way, there were a few people who were added into a secret channel in the Discord. You should check it if you were added. And if you were added, go do the thing. That's all I'm gonna say. That's an aside. Anyway. So today we are gonna play a Mario game. And feel free to help. This will be one of the few times that I say backseating, yes. I should change the thing to backseating allowed. Look, I'll even change it so you guys can say that I have, in fact, done this once. Backseating allowed. This was actually not. This was something I was gonna say, not just directly to Opons, but Sherlock. So yesterday, I think I've decided I probably should be checking to see if I'm right or wrong, and I should probably keep going till we get the right answer. I've realized that now. I've noticed the error in my ways because I just realized. So at the end of yesterday's stream, we finished a case and I got it wrong. I'm fairly confident I got it wrong. I never checked, but then afterwards I was like, but if I'm wrong, if somebody watches that VOD, it's gonna feel like a waste to them because they just watched me go through this whole thing just to get it wrong. So so I think I'm going to start checking them before we like finish, and then we'll like actually like make sure we end with the right deduction. So for tomorrow's stream, because we'll be back with Sherlock tomorrow, I'm going to prep beforehand and get to the end of that. I have to replay that whole case. I'm going to replay that whole case, but I'll stop at the end and we'll try out the different options. So that way we have like an actual ending to that case instead of me, because I was like, last time I think I got one wrong, but I didn't check it. Like or no, we did check it at the very end that we got it wrong. However, we didn't replay that one. So we just don't know how that ended. So I'm gonna prep tomorrow, so that way we can start off, we can finish that case, and then we can move on to the next one. Anyway, so that is an update. I was thinking about that yesterday. It's like, oh man, I would hate if I watched Jet play this entire case. He gets to the end, he gets it wrong, and then he just moves on and is like, well, I guess we'll figure it out. Like, and then he never goes back. What a terrible streamer. So I think this will be for the best. You see, everyone, I'm human. I put my headband one strap at a time. I should have said jetpack. I put my jetpack one strap at a time. Imagine coming back to the games you start on stream. Incredible. It is funny. I think I have caught you playing Breath of the Wild once before. I remember a stream where I popped in and you were playing Breath of the Wild. Actually, that may have been even before I chatted. I can't remember. And I know, obviously, you've played Arceus. I think that's it. I think those are the only games I've seen you play. Oh, well, to be fair, I played that for most of my first year on Twitch. Oh, that's awesome. MX Jules, welcome in. How are you today? But last time I played it, it was my subathon. Right. You played a bunch of games on your subathon, didn't you? Or did you just play that? MX, welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. Happy Mario Day. I still need to attempt Master Sword again. I have never, like, played the Master Mode. Is that what you mean? I've never played that mode. Because that seems too difficult. It seems too tough. I have thought about, I think I might try to play some of Breath of the Wild before the next, before like Breath of the Wild Tokyo Drift comes out. That Mario Kart WarioWare and Animal Crossing. That's right. Sleepy but good. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing great. I'm doing good. We're gonna be playing. We talked about this earlier. I'm gonna be playing Mario's Time Machine today, which is arguably one of the best Mario games that no one's played. No, Master Sword Percent. Oh, it's a speed run I do. Oh. Starting a new game and getting enough shrines. Oh, Ponce. Have you played this? Starting a new game and getting enough shrines to get the Master Sword and then using it. Oh, that is also difficult. That also seems difficult. That's awesome, though. Are you like a Breath of the Wild, like, trick play master? Interesting. Looking forward to it. Nice. I was watching, oh man, I don't think they've streamed in a while. And their name, it's left me. It's left me, but I think I can recover it. Oh, yes, it's, Opie Kenbo. Yeah, Opie Kenbo. He was showing off, like, some crazy Breath of the Wild tricks that I was just like, this is insane. And I love it. But I don't think I would ever have figured out how to do this or have spent the time to, like, make these work, but it's honestly crazy. Can you please play the best Zelda game ever? Zelda, the Wand of Gamelon? Is that the CDI game? I do it all glitchless, and it's really just an excuse to play the game for 12 hours straight, honestly, though. It is Opons, you missed. And Sassy! Welcome, Sassy. How are you? That's one of the three. I couldn't remember. Opons, I had said earlier that there's a guy who pops into the chat, El Capitan. He also streams for Punch Lasers, if you see the Punch Lasers name. He was telling us that growing up, he had never played a Mario game or a Zelda game. Until... And you know what? I can't remember if he got this game or his friend had this game, but the first Mario and Zelda games that he played were the CDI games. And he was like, these are so bad. I don't get why everyone loves them. And he just never played any of them again. He like never played an official Mario game or Zelda game until like years later, like maybe years ago. Wow, the complete trash dumps. I know, but that was his idea of what those games were for the longest time. He had no other frame of reference. He had nothing. He was just, I can't believe that person exists. It's honestly hilarious because he is also hilarious. But he played, I think he played little snippets of 2 of the games. Like I think he played a little bit of a Mario game, a little bit of a Zelda game. And I was just like, I was like, Cap, this is not how any of the games are at all. Like, not even a little bit like them. But Sassy, how are you doing? How's your day going? I hope you're all having a great day. Good. By the way, I see people have responded in the secret channel that's in the Discord that a couple of you have been added to. And good. And maybe everyone, well, you might just want to check the Discord and be like, am I in a new channel? No? Oh, okay. If not, it doesn't really matter. But if you are, just read it. How do you go through life without having played Mario 3? Mario 3 is pretty great. I will say, and this might be a hot take. I'm being excluded. I don't know. I didn't know if, well, I'm telling a teacher, I'll message you. I'll see, I'll see if you want to be added. This might be a Mario hot take. And if you guys have Mario hot takes, then if you have Mario hot takes, then I'd like to hear them. But my Mario hot take is that my favorite old school Mario game is Super Mario Bros. 2. Why? Because you can play as Toad. And Toad is amazing. And that was the first game that was like, who is this kid? Toad is dope. I love Toad. Now that's a hot take. Super Mario Bros. 2 is my favorite. I know it's not a Mario game. What was it? It was like, it's like reskinned as a Mario game, right? What was the Doki Doki Panic. That's what it is, yeah. Hold on. I want to see what Doki Doki Panic looks like. For those that don't know, I want to see like a verse. Maybe if I do versus Mario 2. Done. But so much of it has become a part of the Mario world. It looks, yeah, I want to see like like here's a, the thing is it really is funny, like they changed some things. Oh, it saved it as a WebP. They changed some things, but still some of it's just vague enough that's like, what? What is this? Why is this a thing? By the way, I learned something that sometimes works. Yeah, okay, I learned something. You know how WebPs tend to, like, just be the bane of my existence? Every time I download an image, it ends up being a WebP, and I'm like, WebP. Well, I learned that if you right-click and save and just change the file type to PNG, most of the time it'll just work fine. And you can drag and drop it into OBS or whatever. Anyway, here's a comparison. So, like, Luigi on the left, and then this guy on the right side. Also, like, I love how they changed the, like, the head of the gate that opens up. Because it's not like a bird face isn't, like, synonymous with Mario. So they're like, well, we gotta make something, right? Let's make it different. What do we change it to? I don't know, a giant bird face. And we have that. So it's just weird, but I love Super Mario 2. Toad is just so much fun. Oh, and like picking up turnips and stuff, that's like a big thing. They're the Peach and Luigi, their like power-ups sort of have stayed since this game. Toad too, sort of, but I feel like, what was Toad's power in this? Like, he did have a special jump, but it was like he could pick up items faster or something. Ninjas, yeah, they were in this. Carpets, flying carpets, that's in some games. It was a tie-in to an event on Fuji TV. What? What's the bird do? Eat you? Wait, you go inside it sometimes, yeah. But you need to pick up this shining crystal first, which also not something that ever appears in a Mario game. Not something that you see ever again. Were the like, what are the cactus enemies called? The ones that if you hit them, they like the face kind of voice moves down. This was their first appearance, right? Doki Doki Panic was part of a Japanese marketing campaign, I mean. There's not many details about the campaign itself. Oh, really? But that's where the characters came from. Interesting. That's why when he wakes, it's all a dream. Oh, that's right. Well, and what's funny is I do think about the bosses every once in a while. I'm like, what game was that from? And then I realize, oh wait, that's from Super Mario 2. That's why there's like a random frog boss, like the Frog King. Pokey, I think they weren't until Mario 3. Wait, were they? Oh, you're right. They might not be in Mario 2. For some reason I thought they were, but Birdo was a Mario 2 character. There were the weird masks. What other enemies were there? Super Mario 2. Mario 2 enemies. Wart. I thought Wart, I remember being like, Wart's a cool design. Oh, and the mouse boss? No, look, they had this character. You see, I thought here's the sprite sheet. What's interesting is this is actually all of the enemies. This is in total all of the enemies in Super Mario Bros. 2. That's like not a lot. That doesn't seem like a lot of them. We got those like Shy Guy things, those bird Shy Guy things. Well, they're like Plague Doctor birds, I guess. There's the Ninja, Birdo, the bird that's on the carpet. I'm sure it has a name. But there is actually like a bird boss or a bird enemy that has a mask. How about that? Crab was hard. I actually don't remember. I had to do some work. We talking Doki Doki Panic? We are! I was just saying my Mario hot take is that Super Mario Bros. 2 is my favorite Mario game. Of the old school ones. Like early console. I don't even, well, yeah. I don't know if I would include like the N64 in that, but maybe. But I think so. I vaguely remember some of these enemies. Like they're on the second row, the second one. That's like a fish, sort of, isn't it? Like it like hops out of the water, comes back down. There's the mouse. Mousy? Does it have a name? Mario Bros. 2 is good. I like it. Loved it on GBA as a kid. Super Mario World is my favorite 2D one, though. Which one was the first Mario game you guys played? Super Mario Advance, Super Mario Bros. 2. Was it different at all, or was it just like a straight port? Also, flurries? Is that the name of third row, second from the right, the little blob-looking thing? Was it called a flurry? I feel like I liked those as a kid, especially. I was like, oh, these are adorable. I like them. My first Mario game was Super Mario Land 2. Which one is Super Mario Land? Super Mario Land 2. Oh, wait. So I didn't have a Game Boy until much later. Did I ever play this? It looks, oh, you know what? I don't think I owned this game. I feel like I played it on a machine though. Because I remember Mario with bunny ears. I think a friend had this. Or I went to Blockbuster and they had this and I like played it on a machine. The memories just flooded back to me. A machine? A machinin'? For some reason that's funny. Super Mario Land 2 is so good. Recently played that on my Easy Flash. Wait. Super Mario, that 8-1 level jump? Wait, 8-1 level jump? What do you mean? What does that mean? Super 8-1 jump? It's such a hard jump. Oh. I think I see which one you're talking about. I think I see. There's actually, when I search for images, there's one in particular that looks like it would be a difficult one. Then Super Mario Land 3 is Wario Land 1. Is that right? Never got into the Wario stuff. I'll be AFK for a bit. We'll see you later, Square. Thanks for chatting. I dropped a thing. I'm trying to pick it up. Squirrel Lock, welcome in. How are you? We're talking about old Super Mario games. And which is your favorite? And which was your first? The Wario Land games are great. I don't think I ever played Wario Land. So Mario Land is odd, but Land 2 is really good, IMO. I'll play them eventually. Interesting. Interessante. No, for whatever reason, I feel like 2 just stuck with me. I remember playing the first one. So we had like an Atari growing up, and we went from like Atari to Nintendo. So I remember like Donkey Kong games, and so I mean like technically, well, he was Jumpman, right? So I like remembered that, but I had the original Mario game, but Mario 2, that's what stuck with me. Super Mario 3 was the first one I really got into. I will say 3 is a classic though. Just super fun. Why are you just chatting when you could be playing Wario Land? Well, we're gonna be playing a Mario game, Scroll Lock. I've already announced what it is, because it actually, Square was able to figure it out faster than I thought people would. But today we are playing for a little bit Mario's Time Machine. So I'll need y'all's help. Actually, you can backseat game today, and you can help me. I had a NES very young, but I was very young. SNES was the first one I remember playing the games, really. Super Mario World and DKC1 are some of my first gaming memories. That's awesome. Donkey Kong Country is, I mean, a classic. I will agree with your hot take. I hated Mario 1, but you did play a lot of Mario 2? It's good. It's a good one. I don't remember if I first played Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, or 3 because I was very young. I figured it'd be Hotel Mario. That's exactly what Square guessed first. But I actually don't know if I've played Hotel Mario, to be honest. Actually almost played, we almost did Mario is Missing. But then I decided not to, because Mario is Missing doesn't have Mario in it. You don't play as Mario. And I was like, it's Mario Day, not Luigi Day. So 3 was another level of Mario, probably close to perfect. I agree. Hotel Mario might be a better game, oddly enough. Luigi Day is tomorrow. We need a Luigi Day. When is that? I feel like, I kind of feel like Luigi gets October in some ways because of, because of Luigi's Mansion. There we go. But he needs his own day. He needs an actual day though. Mario is Missing on PC is actually kind of good. I actually remember playing it growing up. We rented it, I believe. But I did play it. Never played it. It's kind of like it's a walking sim sort of. Rented a PC game, I think, because we didn't own it. And this was like very early on. I don't think we were using emulators or anything. Pretty sure. I don't think, was it on anything else? Mario's Missing? Or was it PC only? No, it was a SNES game. Yeah, so we had it on the SNES. I think then the NES and SNES Mario's Missing had that unfinished feeling. Interesting. I honestly, I mean, I haven't played it since probably around that time, so I don't know. Which version of Time Machine? This SNES version. And remember Mario Paint? Yes. I never had Mario Paint, but I do have a distinct memory of going, I think, either into a Sears or a J.C. Penney, which are department stores, for people who don't know. And randomly, in like the furniture section, they had a Mario Paint arcade machine. And I remember my parents were buying furniture or something, and I just stayed at that machine and just played it and painted things. It was wonderful. That's one of those random like childhood memories that you have like no other context with. That's what that was like for me. Well, how else are you going to play the Fly Swatter game? I think I still have the mouse for it. And then I think we had Mario Teaches Typing on our DOS computer. Mario teaches typing. Because didn't they have a minigame where you were like in a car? Or is that another typing game? That may have been another typing game. Actually, no. Maybe we didn't have Mario teaches typing. Maybe it was... What is Mavis Beacon? Why is that in my head? Typing car? Yeah, okay. I'm thinking of Mavis Beacon teaches typing. That's what it is. I had Dr. Robotnik School or whatever. Is that a typing game? That actually, I have never heard of Dr. Robotnik School. What does he teach you in his school? Dr. Robotnik's Mean Machine, let's go. Was it Mario's Fundamentals where Charles Martinet started? I don't know. Fundamentals. What is Dr. Robotnik's Mean Machine? Robotnik's Mean... He teaches you that your parents didn't love you enough to get you Mario teaches typing. No! Is it Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, or is this another game? Is it like Dr. Mario, sort of? It kind of looks like a match something game. Is Puyo Puyo? Oh, I see. Interesting. He looks hilarious. He does not look like Jim Carrey. Where is this version of Dr. Robotnik? Huh? Do it. Sega, I dare you. And Sony? Who makes the Sonic movies? I dare you to give us this Pokeball-looking Dr. Robotnik. Where is this? Where's other? I need another reference photo of Dr. Robotnik. Or Eggman. Save his ping. PNG. When did this? When did this become more attractive than this? Tell me that. Chat. Tell me this. How is this not? I mean, come on. This is unbelievable. This is like Instagram filter Dr. Robotnik. Snapchat filter. Maybe that's more relevant. Is that more relevant? TikTok? Is it a TikTok thing? I mean, come on. This is classic. This is character. This is angry black eyes. These game covers are a throwback. They are. I'm pretty sure I owned this as a kid too. I don't actually remember playing it though. Jet, it's on Sonic Mega Collection and every Sonic Collection since. But and what? We get Jim Carrey, Dr. Robotnik? He doesn't look anything like this. Look at that. That would have been something. That would have won him an Oscar. Society and their impossible beauty standards. I know. That is the beautiful cartoon face of Mike Pollock. I don't know that name enough to know if that's a joke or a fact. Or both. So unrealistic. Come on, Sega. I know. Okay, how about I know what you guys came here for, and that is, I love that you immediately assumed joke. Yeah, I feel like that could be a joke. Okay, hold on. We're gonna switch to, he has voiced Eggman since around 2005. Oh, what else does he do? I guess, to be fair, I have not really played many Sonic games, so I don't think I'd even know what his voice sounds like. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what Eggman sounds like. How are we gonna do this? He voiced Ella the maid in the anime. In which anime? In just all anime? I also don't think I know who that is. And Sonic X. There's a Sonic X anime? I guess Sonic is basically just anime, isn't he? I guess I never think about it. Anime, the movie. You know, a certain Mirage is Sonic. I do know that. And I'm glad that he's back as Sonic. Because he was, like, not Sonic for a minute. And I was kind of sad about that, even though having not really played Sonic. I was like, how dare you take this from him? How dare you do this? I think every fan was like, how can Roger not be Sonic? I'm actually kind of sad, I will say, having also not seen the Sonic movies, I'm a little sad that he's not Sonic in the movies. And also, but they are bringing video game Tales into the next movie. So I was like, that's weird. I wonder if they planned on Ben Schwartz being like the new voice of Sonic, and then something happened. I know a lot of people were upset when that announced, but I wonder why that whole thing happened. Okay, there's not going to be a thing here for a second. We're going to be in the void. Okay, hold on. I did not set this up. Does this work? No, this does not work. Hold on. Get rid of this. Let's do... Okay. This is gonna be weird also, because it's, okay, put that there. Put this here. Something changed, but can you tell a difference? Probably not. I also need something below me. I need a Mario thing. Mario! Google Images. How about... let's do... I need a good Mario picture. You're still in the not void. I know. Well, you guys can't see anything. There's... Hold on. There you go. That should at least be a little less jarring. That I'm... What if we do... Let's do this. Hold on. Ah, thank you for that reminder. This will be our, like, fill in the space. Let's fill in the space graphic. There you Perfect. Scroll, thank you. I'll send a tweet and then we'll hop into Mario's time machine and you guys can actually help me. I'm allowing backseating today, so all of your dreams are coming true. All of your dreams come true today. You can actually backseat today. Looks like Happy Mario Day isn't a thing. Happy Mario Day. We're playing the best Mario game of all time. You see, we won't tell them what it is, though, so that way they click on this. Join us now. Right now. Join us right now, or else. I'm bad at this. Alright, let's go. And tweet. Is that too aggressive? That might be too aggressive of a tweet, but it's okay. Hold on. I was telling Jet I met Roger twice during Boom and Apex. That I'm very jelly of that. I wish I could meet Roger Craig Smith. I'm adults, am I allowed to have ice cream and cookies for dinner, right? Yeah, absolutely you can. Oh wow, is the game already done? Good thing you went back in time after you beat it. Oh! You can do whatever you feel like, but future you will suffer the health consequences. That's true. That's true. Let me... So, okay, should I switch to retro? Or do I switch to Mario's Time Machine? Do you think people are streaming Mario's Time Machine? Or what should I do? You guys are the experts. We don't often play like retro games here. Mario's Time Machine. Is anyone playing this? I should have done get in here or else hashtag cozy. Hashtag. Oh wait, there is actually. Oh wait, no. Recently there was someone playing Mario's Time Machine, but not today. You will be the first. Mario's Time Machine is an edutainment title. And the successor to Mario's Missing, so technically we're starting with the sequel. Well, alright, yeah, why not? Let's go with Mario's Time Machine. Who cares about getting this discoverability? Mario's Time Machine. Look, people haven't found us recently, and we've played more recent games than this. One day isn't going to affect anything. So let's go ahead. And I hope you're ready for this, chat. It's time. It's time, and I'm going to need help. So I hope you're prepared to backseat a little bit. Yep. Wait. How do we play this? It's time, my cunning Koopas, to use the time machine and steal the most valuable artifacts that history has to offer, says Bowser. Mario, my collection is almost complete, he says on the TV. And there's not a thing that you can do to stop me. Where is Mario? Bowser's museum is inside his castle. I have to get in there and return all the artifacts before history is changed forever. The trick is to start with two-player... Wait. At last, Bowser's castle. I'll show that no good reptile. He can't mess with history as long as I'm around to set things right. This feels like Castlevania. The greatest collection of all time is nearly complete, and it's all mine. No one can stop me now. Not even Mario. Why does Bowser look like that? He just looks... There's, like, he has no neck, maybe. He's just... Mario's Time Machine. The trick is to start with 2 players, and it takes you to the secret level. No, wait, that's an SMW hack. I was like, wait, what? Hello? Oh. Oh, look at that animation. He's walking. This is the future, everybody. This is the future. Look at this. Like in the background, you can see the different Koopalings on the wall. So we have 5 things that we need to return to its owner back in time. But we can also... Here's the thing. So the way this works, from what I remember, is that you can't give people the items back until you've learned enough about them. So you guys can actually help me maybe speed run this thing a bit. Isaac Newton, born on Christmas Day. It's probably the only... Born on World War II. Born on... Also, let me know how the sound is. Born on Christmas Day. That was correct. Isaac Newton went on to become one of the world's greatest scientists. Newton was uninterested in school until he attended... I don't know. Maybe is it Cambridge? It says we're in Cambridge, 1687. Cambridge University. But his studies there were interrupted by London's great something plague. The Black Plague of 1665. In 2 short years back at his family farm in Woolsthorpe, Newton invented calculus. So that's who we have to blame. Made major discoveries in optics and formulated his famous theory of blank after observing a falling apple. Future of gaming. This is the high octane content you guys are here for. Gravitation? Okay. Look at us. Newton's 3 laws of something revolutionized both physics and something. 3 laws of motion? Revolutionized both physics and architect, astronomy, bamboo, Bibles, book. Burgesses? Is that word? Composer, coronation, death. English, farmer, filament, firework, fresco. Oh no. I didn't think about this. Dojib, welcome in. How are you? How's it going? I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you would like a fist bump, go ahead and punch your screen at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wha-bam. Okay, I need to put Mario here. Is this how this works? I think so. Oh. Oh no. Wait a minute. What just happened? Wait, where did our wait for it. Hold on. I think this is like here-ish. Hold on a second. I can fix this. How are you doing, Tojip? We're playing Mario's Time Machine. You can... Ah, okay. Boop. There you go. It's back. We're playing Mario's Time Machine. Where you guys can help. That's it. Seems interesting. It's a very riveting game. Hold on, what was this? Newton's 3 laws of motion revolutionized both physics and astronomy? Okay. He also discovered the blank of white light and invented the first something telescope. He discovered the... something of white light. Spectrum? and invented the first something telescope. Alkaline. I don't know if that's correct. Bamboo telescope. I mean, you might be right. Reflecting? Although London's Royal Academy of Science made him a full-fledged member at the young age of 3. Oh, I was gonna do 3, but it's 30. Nuno actually waited many years before publishing his discoveries in 2 landmark books, The Blank and Optics. In the 20th century, Einstein's theories have prevailed at atomic sizes and extreme speeds. Newtonian physics is still used to safely navigate rockets to the moon, Mars, and beyond. The something in optics. Okay. Okay. Well, let's go. I think that's the only thing we have to figure out. So hold on. Where is he? Where is he? Cambridge, 1687. Let's go visit him, everybody. All right. How do I do this? 16. Who knew that time travel would be this, like, slow and tedious? 1687. Here we go. Oh, that's right. Did you know that when you go through a time machine, you also have to surf before you do so? I think you have to get 10 mushrooms, and then you go into a like whirlpool or whatever. Gilmore, welcome in. How are you? The Surf Space Highway. I missed. How much money do you think they made from this? $20 per school district? Probably. A piano telescope. Toadjib, how's your day? Happy Mario Day. Okay, we got enough, I think. Let's, I don't know what bonus is. I don't know why I didn't get any bonus. Hi, I'm trying to return this. Please, away with you, small person. I must publish a book of my discoveries, and I cannot recall the origin of my theory of gravity. What a dreadful birthday has befallen me this day. So this is the game. This is the Mario game you've all been asking for. Hello, can you tell me where I am? Why, this is England's Cambridge University, my man. This is where Isaac Newton went to school. He was a student of mine. Offer apple. Are you attempting a bribe? Is that all he has to say? Oh, here? Well, to tell you true, Newton did most of his groundbreaking work at his family farm in Woolsthorpe. That was during the 2 years that the Black Plague shut down the university. What is he best known for? I say, that would have to be his theory of gravity and his laws of motion. Perchance, you'd care for his second law of motion, which he wrote upon this paper. Oh, go on and keep it, lad. Do you know if anyone lost an apple? A curious question. An apple? No, I've lost my calculus book. Myself, I'm finding it most difficult to concentrate upon anything else. Okay. My day's good. Working, almost done for the day. Nice. Hi, Rish! Welcome in. Hello, friend. How are you? Johnzo! How are you? Welcome in, Raiders. Also, let's see how this do this time. Punch Lasers and friends, welcome in. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Mar10 day. If you'd like a fist bump, go ahead and punch your screen on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wha-bam! By the way, we were actually just talking about Cap, because Cap, I remember was telling us a while back that he had only played like the CDI like Mario and Zelda games or something before actually like playing any of the like real ones or something. Stevie Tail, welcome in. How are you? Okay, so you guys are probably like, obviously you know what this game is because this is one of the best Mario games. This is Mario's Time Machine, where you have to, whoops, what am I pressing buttons on? There we go. You have to go through time and you have to return objects that Bowser stole. You're good? Good. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. What are you doing on Mar10 Day? Doing schoolwork? Not today. Poor guy never got to play the good Nintendo games. I remember he also streamed it too, and we're very confused. He was like, this is my first impression of them. And I was like, why did people like this like series? Like, Cap, no. But how are you doing? What have you guys been up to? Also, did I do the shout out? I didn't, because I'm a dummy. What were you playing today? You're playing Elden Ring. How did it go? And Irish? Redeeming Get Cozy? You want me to get into my Teemo onesie? I'll go do that. It's okay, he's cute, so we keep him around. That's fair. Alright, hold on, everybody. I'm gonna go change it to my onesie. And then I'll be back. And then Mario Day will continue. Hold on, I should put a pause on this. Because the time is running out. You have a Teemo onesie? I do, Jester. I have a BMO Teemo onesie. So hold on. I'm gonna BRB and then we'll be back real quick. It should just take me a second. BRB, we'll be back in a flash. Gonna play some music for you guys. So just wait one sec and sit right there. Cause I'll be back with some flair. Okay, BRB. Oh, I didn't even mute myself, but hello! I'm back. I'm back, so I hope you're ready for... I hope you're ready for... onesie! We'll go here first, just so you guys can see it a little better. This is my BMO Timo onesie. It always takes a little bit longer, because this is like a separate piece, but I also have a little, you know, honey wand is what he uses for his weapon. Anyway, but thank you, Irish, for redeeming Get Cozy. I hope this makes this a good time for you. I need to adjust that, apparently. It's Big Up All Close. This is BMO Timo. So I'm a B. But I moved my camera recently, so I need to adjust the, hold on. How do I do this? Wait, we're gonna go to avoid for a second. Wait, why was it so weird here? I had to like duck. Oh, it's fine. It looked weird, didn't it? The first time around, I was like trying to even just get into frame. No sound. That's fine. You guys shouldn't hear me there, anyways. Good. You see my focus on? Wow, this is really close to my face. Yeah, I don't know why it was focused on this. It was weird. In the void, no one can hear you stream. That's so good, Jonzo. That is so good. But yeah, this is my BMO Timo onesie. Timo is my main. Love Timo. And so anyway, that's why I had to get this. I really want the Tibbers. Irish, thank you for the hydrate. I have a lot of points. I really want the Tibbers onesie. But it says that it's coming back in stock, but it's been saying that for like a year or two. It's a wonderful onesie. I want it. But I apparently can't handle the void today. Oh no. Well, we're back. We're not in the void anymore. So don't worry, but I'm here now and I'm cozy. It's very nice. Very nice and comfy. Does it have pockets? It does not. This one does not have pockets. I want that for you to redeem. I know. I want it. Let me double check the store right now. Riot merch. Merch.riotgames.com. Wow, this is original Mario. This is a game called Mario's Time Machine. It is arguably the best one. Need an Annie figure to go with it? That'd actually be adorable. They should make an Annie like plush, so it's like you could be opposite. Loungewear. See, it says be back soon, but that's the thing. It is not back soon. I have it erased it to notify me, but I want it. It'd be so dope. I want it. I wonder if I can find it anywhere else. Maybe it's like on eBay or something. But anyway, yeah, I want the Tibbers onesie too, because I think that'd be great. Yeah, so we're playing Mario's Time Machine today because it's Mario Day. Happy Mario Day. Mario's Time Machine is a game where you go through time and return lost artifacts that Bowser's stolen. So right now, we're trying to return this apple to Sir Isaac Newton. You know, that old chestnut. That old Mario chestnut that everyone remembers. What's the weather like in Jet World? I woke up this morning to 1 degree weather. Right now, it's actually 34. It's been in the 30s all this week, but it's snowing right now. Well, it's icing, but it will snow here in the next couple of hours. Looks like we're in a warm front, but then next week it's going back down to the teens. We're currently in what we call breakup season. You know, that old chestnut. We're currently what's called breakup season, which is where all of the ice and snow are melting, but like everyone is breaking up. That's what it sounds like, right? I was very confused the first time I heard that. Basically, all of the ice and snow is melting, so it's actually one of the worst times to come visit Alaska because it's just not very pretty, because all of this dirty snow everywhere is just like melting and then refreezing and then melting again. And it's just kind of awful, but it's still snowing and stuff, so it's like there's still some new layers of it, but it's like all icy and bad snow, sort of. Like, it's not powdery snow, it's like the gross kind. And then, yeah, we will probably still have snow for the next, like, month-ish. And then we usually have one last snow in May. It doesn't stick or anything, but there's usually one day where it's like, oh, weird, it's snowing. Anyway, so that's we're in the 30s right now, but looks like next week we'll be down in the teens. But all right, so we're currently at Cambridge University trying to figure out we need to figure out one thing about we're missing one thing about Isaac Newton, which is I guess the name of two of his books, The Something and Optics. So once we figure out what that is, then we can give this apple to him. Hi, what is this place? Oh, hum. This, my good man, is the Royal Society. We are a collection of learned men of science who meet to promote scientific discussion. I cannot imagine your business here. That's rude. Excuse me, princess. I was just asking about Newton. I see. A friend of Isaac's, eh? 'Tis true. It must be said he is one of the great minds of our age. He was made a full-fledged member at the age of 30, the young upstart. Wow, what did he do? He may have put me out of business. Take this lens. I grind precision lenses for telescopes. The Newtonian reflecting telescope may make them obsolete. What's a reflecting telescope? Ask his astronomer friend, Edmund Halley. 2 doors down. I need to find my unfinished manuscript of the Principia? Maybe that's what it is. To tell you anything more about Newton. It was the only copy in existence. Is it the Principia? It is! Okay, so we can now go give him this apple. How exciting! He means the comic guy. We could keep going this way and talking, but we already got everything. We got all of our knowledge. So let's go talk to Newton real quick. Hi, I'm trying to return this. Please, away with you, small person. That's what he said last time. Mr. Newton, remember this apple? Good heavens, that's it. The apple falls for the same reason that the moon orbits the Earth. It all comes back to me. Wow. Thank you, Mario. I can complete the Principia now. Need anything else, Isaac? Not now, Mario, but I dare say I'm baffled. I simply cannot seem to comprehend the physics of how you managed to jump so impressively. That's it. So now we go home. And his menacing large hand appears before us. This is kind of actually very, not dystopian. It just seems very mysterious. Ooh, a password in the case we want to just teleport to this part being complete. Okay, let's go to this thing. What's this? Orleans, 1429. I feel like I'm not going to know anything about this. I don't know what this actually is about. Whoops. I don't even know what item this is. The idea. Is this Joan of Arc? Is that who we're going to go hang out with? Hold on. I keep pushing the wrong buttons. How do I go to page 2? Ah, there we go. Oh, I guess so. I think we're going to go hang out with Joan of Arc. The idea that a mere 17-year-old could inspire hardened soldiers to win battle after battle during France and England's 100 Years' War is amazing. That Joan? Is that what fits in here? I used to live in Orleans. Such a terrible place. The mall is cool though. Wait, do you mean New Orleans? or or this one? We should only be able to backseat through Elden Ring messages. That would be hilarious. Have you still been playing that? How far are you? Hold on. Orleans, Ottawa, Canada. Hilarious. Well, I'm pretty sure this takes place there. If I recall. I love it. Nice. How far are you in it? So let's see. That Joan of Arc was an illiterate 15th century farm girl makes it only more astounding. Driven to change her world by visions and voices of something saints. Oh, that's a number? 1,000? 3? Oh, it is. Okay. It's either a really high number or a really low number. Joan led French troops against the blank in an effort to expel them from her country. Burgesses? That sounds like a thing. Spanish Armada? Wait, did we say no? It's France and England. Wizard. It's Joan led French troops against the wizard in an effort to expel them from her country. Not wizard. But a lot of that time was spent beating a boss early and in one of the hardest ways possible. Oh, only 20 hours? I have nothing good to say about London. Uh-oh. I worked with someone from London and she was awful. Oh, no. I actually don't know. Okay. Let's skip that for now. Armed with the sword of blank and clad in custom-made armor, the sword of Joan. She named it after herself. The Sword of Mozart. I want to watch that anime. The Sword of Thomas Jefferson. Who? I have no idea. All right, I guess we'll learn. We'll learn. If somebody knows, you can chime in. Joan led an army of blank men to a decisive victory. Is it a number? 1,000? By the way, you can't make more than 3 mistakes or it kicks you out. If you make the mistakes while you're in time or while you're time traveling, it sends you back here. How many do you think were there? 200? Is that too little or too... 4,000? Whoops. 39. There were just 39 soldiers. 500. Visions of sword tri-rump. Hilarious. I thought I knew, but seeing the options, I don't think I do. Okay. Lifting the siege of the city of... Okay. Try jumping, then betray... Oh, boy. Joan's soldiers routed the enemy repeatedly and eventually took back enough land to allow the blank to be crowned king. The... Dauphin? I don't know how you say that, actually, but I know that's not a name, right? That's like a title. And it's French. Okay. To be crowned king, blank of France. Okay. Thank you, Jester. Crazy George R.R. Martin wrote all of those. Wait, oh, that's true. He did, didn't he? Hilarious. The king, to be crowned king. I think we'll have to know their name. I don't know. Before the Maid of Orleans, or I never know how to say it, could complete her task. However, she fell into the hands of the English, tried and convicted of convicted of heresy? Joan, still true to her purpose, was martyred in 1431. Later cleared of the charges, Joan of Arc was made a saint by the Catholic Church in 1920. King, Queen of Scots. King of Queens. Okay, so we have a few things that we need to learn. Joan led French troops against the blank. Wait. The English? Ah, right. Armed with the sword of... Mona Lisa. So we need to know the sword name, how many people were there, and the king's name. So we need to go to Orleans, 1429. Orleans. Okay. Wrong way. 1420. She's like on the stake. Mario's like, hello. Philadelphia. No. There we go. Here we go, everybody. It's surfing time. You always gotta surf before you time travel. Because if you don't, you'll die in the wormhole. I want to hear a lo-fi remix of this song. Come on, Game Chops, where are you? One more. Okay. Look at those graphics. It's like we're there. Wow. A lot's happening. This is also exactly the type of music I would imagine in this time period. Friend, can you tell me what battle this is? Why, this is Orleans, mon ami. We are attempting to storm the fortification of Torrelles? Torreyes? It's probably not right. Oh, right. We need to know the sword name, how many, and the king. Who are you trying to take it from? We are striving to end the siege of Orleans by the English, of course. Looks like a tough battle ahead. Perhaps, but we know victory will soon be ours. Offer shield? That is Joan's shield. She may need it. Okay. Excuse me, sir. Are you in command here? I may command their swords, but Joan commands their hearts. Does Joan really go into battle? Oui! She rides at the head of the troops. You should see the men rally around her standard. So she's a warrior, eh? This sounds just like Mario. So Mario used a surfboard instead of the DeLorean. It's true. It's a special, super special surfboard. She has never taken a part in the actual clash of arms, yet she knows much about the art of war. She's a natural leader of men and fearless when facing the enemy. Does Joan wear armor like a knight? They made for her a special suit of armor, much smaller than for a man, with no crests on it. And of course, she carries the sword of Saint Catherine. We learned a thing. Sword of Saint... Saint Catherine. There we go. Alright. Is that a special sword? Ah, oui! A small miracle that. Joan told the priests where to find it at St. Catherine de Fireboys. A village she'd never visited, and find it they did. How did she know it was there? The voices told her. She says these things come to her through the voices of 3 saints, and just between you, me, and the tent flap, I believe her. She is very pious and filled with faith. It sounds as if you like Joan a lot. I've grown quite fond of her, like a sister. When I saw her struck by that arrow today, it pained me greatly. Yikes! You mean she was hit? Have no fear, mon ami. She was merely knocked to the ground. She arose quickly and pulled out the shaft herself. The men took her away from the battle to heal. I must get the shield to her. Can you help? As the Duke of Alencon, a note signed by me would give you safe passage around the camp to look for her. But alas, I have no quill to write with. Okay. Fire Boys. Proud Woods. Interesting. Pardon me. Do you know what's going on? Foolish men are being led by witchcraft and heresy, I fear. What? It looks like a battle to me. This is merely a skirmish. The real battle is for who controls Charles. Is Charles the king? Not yet. Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Charles? Done. So we only need one more thing. How many? I don't think they've said this far. Each victory she wins brings Charles closer to being crowned King of France. So, what's wrong with that? You must understand, Joan is doing what Charles's many advisors and knights could not. Their power and influence is reduced with each victory she wins. They are very nervous. But what's this got to do with witchcraft? Why, that's obvious. Her claims of hearing the voices of saints is heresy, I tell you. Heresy! A mere shepherd girl of 17 could not lead 4,000 men into battle without the help of magic. Oh, so we're talking to a British guy now. They somehow have, like, tents right next to each other. You think they would, just get along. I mean, or, like, talk or something, because they're, like, right next to each other. Maybe she's just an extraordinary girl of 17. Bah! A woman cannot lead men. What could you know of such things? Here, make yourself useful. Take this quill pen to the Duke. Well, guy. I think that Joan is going to change your mind. Never. A woman has no place on the field of battle. Now begone, impudent gnome. Wow, this guy. I'm not a gnome. I'm an Italian man. Hold on. Well, we don't need to actually go talk to anybody. Is this Joan? Sorry to disturb you. Wait, I think you'll be needing this, maid Joan. Ah, you found my shield. Now I can lead the army once again. Orleans shall not see another day under siege. I give you my thanks, mon ami, Mario. They know my name. Say, Joan, how'd you guess my name? Let us just say that it came to me in a vision, Mario. Mario is a part of this canon. I don't think we knew this, but Mario is actually, like, a part of world history. It's kind of crazy how this works. We just never knew that Mario was just so prolific. Alright, what's this? Okay. Mouse button? Yeah. Florence, 1505. One of the most versatile geniuses in history, Leonardo da Vinci took his name from the village of... Venice? Oh, Vinci? Okay, I was like, well, Venice is like kind of close. Didn't know that was... I should have just kept going down. Where he was born on April 15th... 1475? No, 55? 52? Like I said, he lived during a period of artistic and intellectual reawakening called the Renaissance. Whoops, wrong button. Renaissance. Which followed the 1,000-year slumber known as the Middle Ages. A talented child, Leonardo apprenticed as a painter in... Vinci? No. Okay, and later worked in Milan and Rome. Where would he have apprenticed? I mean, no, okay. We'll figure that out. He was employed by a series of wealthy something. Florence? Is that what I can't remember if I just did that one. Did I? No. I did I do Florence? No, okay, there we go. Thank you. I can't remember what I just did. And later worked in Milan and Rome. He was employed by a series of wealthy... What is burgesses? It's not that. I just want to use that one. Patrons? And his interest extended, blah, 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 blah. Burgers. Leonardo was a sculptor, architect, engineer, musician, scientist, and inventor. A perfect example of a Renaissance man. Is that also what we're here for? His famous notebooks used blank handwriting. Crooked? For security purposes. Backward? And were full of ideas that would not be realized for almost 500 years. His sketches included hang gliders, helicopters, parachutes, tanks, machine guns, submarines, and diving gear. Leonardo's blank of The Last Supper. Oh, wait. Oh, it could be a fresco. Is it a fresco? I recently heard this word. That's funny. What is that called when you, like, hear a word and then, like, you hear it again, like, recently? It's a thing. Fresco, yeah. Of The Last Supper and his portrait of Mona Lisa? We did it. We didn't even need to go there, but we still have to, like, actually go give this to him. So we need to go to Florence, 1505. Rank among the most famous pictures ever painted. Florence, 1505. Here we go. 5. Whoops. So this is gonna be. When did he die? How old was he? Florence. Whoops. There we go. Wrong button. Take us there. But first, a little surfing. I don't know why this was like the mini game. But honestly, the song is kind of catchy. You can't tell me that it isn't. I can zoom a little bit. I like that you can also see, like, the fin on the surfboard at the bottom. Like, it's just not underwater for some reason. Alright. Well, where is... Who are you? No, okay. This is... You're not Leonardo. Is it you? Mr. Da Vinci, I found your notebooks. Oh, grazie, Mario. Now I can finish this portrait of Mona Lisa. I should have known I could count on a fellow Italian. Call me Leo. No offense, but shouldn't Mona Lisa be smiling? She is smiling. See? A subtle smile. Someone had to recreate the Mona Lisa in this pixel format. That's interesting. A subtle, enigmatic smile. People will wonder what that smile means for centuries. I'm sure that's what he wanted. And that is exactly what I want them to do, Mario. To behold my work and wonder. Is that true? Is there writings on why he drew it the way he did? I feel like that's probably just something that people, like, look into and are like, oh, he wanted this. He wanted it to be enigmatic. And then It was probably just like, I don't know. It was probably a commissioned work. He like didn't even, he just did it for like, because he just needed some money. He needed some cash. It was like a Fiverr. He like, that's what I'm imagining anyways. Okay, cool. All right, let's continue. But we're like already almost done with this game. How is that possible? I actually don't know what happens once we get past this door. So we'll see. What is this? Mozart? Is this going to be... Oh, Beethoven. Where's Runner? Well, he would help us. He would know. Arguably the greatest composer who ever lived, Ludwig van Beethoven, spent most of his life in the Austrian music capital of... Vienna? Born in... 1776? Whoops. Not 1770. 70? Got it. Ludwig gave his first something concert. Good concert. Piano? No. Maybe. At age 8, soon recognized as a master pianist, he is said to have met Wolfgang Puck. Wolfgang... Who is that? Mozart? In 1787. His talents turned towards composing. However, when the ear problems he had suffered from for years worsened and he became totally deaf, it is perhaps because of his handicap that he became such an original composer. Able only to imagine the music he created, Beethoven dared to ignore musical convention. Although he lived in the blank of his royal patron, in the palace? Seems like a lot. Of his royal patron, I guess, well, it says royal, and was admired the world over. Beethoven was said to have had a bad temper, messy habits, and a mean tongue. This perhaps explains why he never married. He completed his first blank in 1800. His first... motion? No? Isn't like a motion like a musical thing? His first... symphony. I should just go through the whole list before I choose things. In 1800, beginning a cycle which reached its peak with the presentation of his masterpiece, the Ninth Symphony, in blank. Oh, boy. Okay, so before... Aha! We did it. Take that. We know all about you. Where are we going? Vienna, 1824. Right. 18... I like that this is like the Bowser music that plays. Vienna? Philadelphia, Vienna. Surfing time. Oh, we can go through a thing now. Oh, I guess the bonus counts down. I just realized that. Ludwig, is this your music? That's him. What's that? My ninth? Ah, Air Mario. You finally evened up the score. I've been looking for that sheet music for days. Sit and listen as the orchestra plays. I like your music a lot, Ludwig. Ha! Well, you must be from the future. I have nothing but critics now. What do those fools know? I told them, my works are not for you, but for a later age. Lovely. I wonder if there are, like, any Easter eggs in these, like, pictures. Okay, we can head back. I think we have one more. I wonder what happens after we get this fifth one. Do we actually have to fight Bowser, or do you think it's just a cutscene? We're, like, speedrunning this game. What's the speed run for it? What is this? Somebody was born in Virginia in 1743. After studying law, he became a leader in the Virginia House of blank. In his famous paper, A Summary, it looks like this is Thomas Jefferson. Okay. He became a leader in the Virginia House of... Government? No, that's not capitalized. House of... Oh, wait. No. Not Republic. No. That doesn't make sense. Burgesses? We finally got to use the word Burgesses. I still don't know what it means. In his famous paper, A Summary View of the Rights of... Rights of something America. In his famous paper, A Summary View of the Rights of Freedom! That's where I got... Hello, I'm back. Welcome back. We're almost... I think we're kind of done. Almost done with it. This is the last person. As far as I know. But I... Pacific. No, that doesn't make sense. Oh, no, you're totally good. You never have to apologize. You... That square guy never apologized to me. For anything. Socratic? Oh, wow, speedrun? I actually kind of wonder what the speedrun on this is. What if we're like... No! We'll skip this for now. It's not Eastern, right? It's... No. Hold on. We visited... Who was the first person? Oh, Sir Isaac Newton... Beethoven, Joan of Arc, Da Vinci, now Thomas Jefferson. He insisted the colonial ties with England were... What if it's English? No. He insisted that colonial ties with England were blank. Backward. We're good? No. We're... That's silly. We're... Voluntary? What he lacked as a public... speaker was certainly made up for by his powerful writing. For this reason, Jefferson was chosen to write the Declaration of Bamboo Independence on July 4th, 1776? No? Oh, so you're a bumblebee now. I am. I'm dressed as Bimo Timo, which is... I've recently put him up on the screen. Bimo Timo. Where is he? This is a character from League of Legends. Well, Timo is. But sometimes he wears a bee costume. That's one of his skins you can get. Hold on. Let me show you. Because he's adorable. It's over here somewhere. Yeah, here he is. That's what he looks like. Oops. What am I changing? Boop. This is who I am. It even comes with a little honey like scooper thing. This is what he uses as a weapon. With this skin. Anyway, he's adorable and I love it. It's very cute. The Bimo is cute. Bimo is just adorable. As is Timo, of course. When did that document get signed? Oops, I'm using the wrong... I'm not on the right window. I should know this. I should know this, but I don't. I'm real bad with history, to be honest. I'm actually surprised I've been able to do this well. No? I'm not American, so I can't help. No, I know. That's why I feel bad. I feel like I should know. He was born in 1743. How old was he when he gave birth to the United States? That is... I should know that. I honestly don't. I tried 1776. That wasn't it. He was born in 43? When is... How old... Ask me anything about Australian history and I still won't be able to answer. That's fair. How old is... us? It has to be somewhere in this time range. Right? Or is it a trick? Is it a trick? Is this some kind of trick? Wait, I tried 1776. I thought it didn't work. Oh, okay, I'm just dumb. Don't worry. Heartbroken over the untimely passing of his young wife, Martha. That's my mother's name. In 1782, that's not my mother's name. In 1782, Jefferson never married again. In his political career, he served as the governor of Virginia, the first Secretary of State, the second Vice President, and the third blank of the United States. Christmas Day. Farmer. You making fun of Batman vs Superman? I am. Welcome back, Scrolllock. How are you? He was the... Oh, president. Okay. I thought it said vice president. I read that as president. Retiring to the home he had designed. His beloved... Retiring to the home he had designed. His beloved... What? He later became the founder of the University of Virginia. Oh, I have only respect for you. Thank you. Why is this about John A. MacDonald being the first prime minister in 1867? You have to ask Mario. Well, you actually have to ask Bowser. He's the one who stole stuff. His beloved gun. Retiring to the home he had designed, his beloved gun. He later became the founder of the University of Virginia. I'm assuming town in Virginia? This is just Mad Libs, but less fun. Right, except there's a right answer. That is exactly what this is. I mean... The thing is that honestly it could be anything. Monticello. Knew it off the top of my head. Just want to see if you guys knew. A scientist, blank, architect, and statesman, Jefferson's personal library became the nucleus of the U.S. Library of Congress. A scientist, erases architect, an actor, an actor, a farmer? We're missing one thing. Thomas Edison, this is Thomas Jefferson. I also need to figure out, in his famous paper, a summary view of the rights of... I could go into the time machine and do this, but... British. Wait, I was right. Oh, okay. He was a gamer. A scientist, a gamer, architect, and statesman. Jefferson's... I would be... Well, farmers are important, but I was going to say, I'd be pretty impressed. I didn't know if it was asking for a noun. Yeah, so it has certain things that it wants you to fill it in. But we got it. We got it right. So we need to go to what is it? Philadelphia 1776. I think that's the last one. I actually don't know what happens after this. So, hold on. Philadelphia. 17 If we beat this, I'll be so happy to put in our like stream info list that we both played and beat Mario's Time Machine on stream. Careful. These get tricky, especially when you go fast. It's the surfing. I hear it's awful. I mean, it's honestly just very uneventful. Like, all you have to do is move around and, like, hit the mushrooms before going into the thing. Into, like, a whirlpool. And not hit the spikes. That's, like, the only thing. We're meeting the proper Fresh Prince, we are. West Philadelphia. This will be my first time. Look at it. It's exactly how I imagine it to be. Hi, what's going on in here? What's going on? We're at war. We've had it up to here with the British and their taxes. Why should we be run by a parliament across the Atlantic? Who are you at war with? King George, George III of Great Britain. The British have ruled the American colonies since the founding of Jamestown in 1607. And now we want our independence. How long have you been at war? Since the shot heard round the world. Do you think they called it that at the time? Was fired at the battles of Lexington and Concord on April 19th, 1775, more than a year ago. Wow, what caused all this? Taxation and tyranny. If you want to know more, take this copy of Thomas Jefferson's pamphlet, A Summary View of the Rights of British America. There we go. It's all in there. Who are those men in Independence Hall? That's a Continental Congress, representatives of the colonies. How 13 individual colonies can stand up against a power like Britain? I don't know. Have you seen today's paper? I haven't. Where do you think he is? Is he in here? You guys need a Declaration of Independence? So last I saw you were helping Joan of Arc. When are we now? We're in Philadelphia, 1776. This isn't from 1776. This is from 2 weeks ago. I think we found him. Hey, you guys need a Declaration of Independence? Oh, thank goodness, gentlemen, this diminutive plumber, wow, has found our declaration. Now we can sign. You first, Mr. Hancock. How's it coming, Tom? Very well, Mario. My good friend, with your help, we have created a great new country. Perhaps one day your likeness will appear carved into a mountain. Uh-oh. We're changing time as we know it. All right, it's time to go. The almighty hand has appeared and calls us, beckons us. The hand has 5 fingers. Is that Mario's hand? Does Mario have 5? I thought he has 4. Interesting. All this time I thought it was Mario's hand, maybe. All right. We did it. We got all the things. Let's see what happens next. There's more? Oh, we're not on a speed run. What is this? I wonder how many levels there are. Okay, friends, we can do this, though. We actually have done pretty good. Menlo Park, 1879. The prolific inventor blank, also known as New Jersey's blank. Sassy, we need you. The prolific inventor... Kylo Ren voice. More! Who's from New Jersey? Edison? Also known as New Jersey's... The music has gotten intense. New Jersey's... Scribe? No. What would it be known as? Wizard! What? Wizard of Menlo Park. I didn't know that. Began his quest to perfect the light bulb in 1879. After tiring of the flickering light and funny smells from the old dangerous... alkaline? Gas? Lamps? Learning of a similar invention in... England? No. Edison tried over 1,000. Nope. 3? I did 30. That'd be funny. He tried over 3 different types. What? Edison tried over 500. No. 200. Got it. Types of material in his seemingly endless quest to find a long-burning light bulb is a thing. That's a... right? Yeah. Eventually he just... No? A long-burning filament? Eventually he discovered the carbonized blank was the perfect material. Who knows anything about light bulbs? A carbonized... Scurvy. You're an electrician! Well, do you know what it is? Is it no, alkaline doesn't make sense here, right? Or does it? Oh, alkaline's not an option, so we can't use that. Discovered that carbonized blank. Bamboo? That doesn't make sense. We don't really have bamboo here. I don't know how he would find that, right? It is bamboo. Okay, all right. Although best remembered as the inventor of the incandescent light bulb. Edison also brought us blank, among other inventions, the phonograph, the alkaline battery, and motion pictures. Edison is also credited with owning more Bibles? Fireworks? Very different answers. Patents. Than anyone in history. That context in the sentence makes more sense. Receiving more than 200? 500? What is too much or too little patents? 900? I feel like it could I mean, I have 0 patents. So how much is like a lot of patents? 1,000. Okay, wow. Later in life, he was quoted as saying, there you go, Jester. Later in life, he was quoted as saying, genius is 1% inspiration and 99%, is that perspiration? Is that where this comes from? What are we missing? Me? Learning of a similar invention in... Where did he learn about gas lamps? No. Where did he learn about Tesla, where is he from? Tesla is from... I think I did England before. Nikola Tesla. He wasn't German, was he? Europe? Maybe I just do. Oh, yeah, there we go. Super vague. Sometimes they want something specific, sometimes no. Okay, so need to go to Menlo Park, 1879. Oops. I've actually never heard of Menlo Park. 79? It makes more sense that there are more, because there were a ton of options here, but I just thought, oh, maybe there's just extra stuff to throw you off. Okay, let's do this. Look at us. I want to see someone speedrun this and, like, I don't know. Like you... Oh, wait, I actually didn't get them all. We have to do it again. See, this is what happens when you don't get all the mushrooms. You get sent back. I really don't understand this, like what's happening. Like why we use the time machine and then now we're surfing. And then not only are we surfing, but we also have to find mushrooms, which of course are just floating on the water, which, I mean, very common. And then somehow, like, do these mushrooms power up the time machine? What is this? What's the lore? I want the guidebook. I missed another one. Okay. Take me to a whirlpool. It's actually a really nuanced commentary on drugs permeating surfer culture. You know, I thought that's what it was. Just because no kid is going to play this game just to learn history. Well, that's their problem. Say whiz, Mr. Edison, do you need this? Why, son of a gun, my boy, I believe that's the bulb filament I was searching for. Good job, Mario. This invention is the light of my life. Say, Tom, where do you get your inspiration? Funny you should ask. It was much harder to tell before, but now, whenever I see a light bulb go off in my head, I know I'm onto something good. There you go. That's exactly what his place looked like. I'm just thinking of things the book can say. This man, TFG, because president in 2017, he is well known for having trouble with ramps and drinks his covfefe in the mornings. He won the popular vote 0 times. Yeah, that is, like, we were saying, this is a lot like a Mad Libs, but just worse. Overall. You guys, you need to have a really high IQ to get it through, it's true. Gizmo? Was it Giz? Oh, this is the Tom I was asking about before. Yeah. All right, let's see what's next. So there was actually more of these than I realized. So now we have this. What is this? Did Mario just press the explode button on the Death Star? He did, but it's like a menacingly large hand. It also has 5 fingers. Mario usually has like 4, doesn't he? When Marco Polo was born in the Italian trading port of... Gobi? No, that's gonna be too easy. Where was Marco Polo born? G to G, have fun. Scroll log, we'll see you later. Thanks for popping in. Italy? So... Venice. There we go. Thank you. Well, oh yeah, it says Italian. Thank you. I was like, wow, so smart, Jester. The Western world knew little of the Far East. Marco's father, also named Marco. Just kidding. I don't know. I mean, what sounds Italian? Oh wait, well there's Mark Antony. He was. I mean, was this the time of? Was this the time of Is it? No. Niccolo? Ah, you're right. I thought it was a singer. Hilarious. And Uncle Mafio were merchants who happened upon the eastern capital and Chinese emperor Kublai Khan in 1266. When the Polos sent out again for China in 1271, they took something-year-old Marco with them. 1271. He is born in about 1254. So that would mean he is like he's in his teens. 17-year-old. A journey of more than 3 years, including a crossing of the something desert, Gobi Desert, brought them to Kublai Khan's capital at blank, now Beijing. What was Beijing's old name? Peking, I thought. Maybe they just mean... No, okay. We have Vinci, Vienna, Venice, Tierra del Fuego, Stratford, Sistine Chapel, Persia. I mean, like, Persia's like... Probably not. India, Greece, Gobi, Germany, Florence, Europe, England, Egypt, Caprice. Oh, maybe... I don't know what this is. Okay. Just took a guess out of it just being something I don't know. The Khan took a liking to Marco and employed him for 17 years in enterprises all over Asia? Marco discovered wonders unknown in Europe, including blank money. Metal? Paper? Paper money, coal, spectacles, and... that literally could be anything. Crooked money. Marco discovered wonders unknown in Europe, including paper money, coal, spectacles, and... death. What is meritocracy? What is this? Was Beijing an option? No, it was, we got it. It was a word that I don't know. We can go back. Hold on. Stone cutters? They probably know what, I mean, they probably had stone cutters. That word. I don't know what this is. No, okay. The Polos finally returned to Venice after escorting a Mongolian princess to the Khan of... No, okay, not the same place. The Khan of... just all of Asia. Okay. Back home, Marco was captured during a war between Venice and Genoa. While in prison, he wrote of his travels in The Blank of Marco Polo. The book, which remained Europe's main source of information on Asia for the next 200? Whoops. I said 17. 200? No. 500? Okay. So we have 3? No, we've got 2 things that need to be filled in. What did he learn? Marco discovered wonders unknown in Europe, including paper money, coal, spectacles, and... fireworks? That's right, that makes sense. Okay, so it's an Istanbul, Constantinople thing. I think so. After escorting a Mongolian princess to the Khan of... where would there be a... I mean... things that they've mentioned. Gobi. Persia. Persia, there it is. Alright. We need to go to Gobi Desert. 1292. Beep, 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 beep. 12. Let's see what change we can bring up on the world just by doing this. Oh. Surfing while I drink coffee? Easy. Got it. Got it. Whoops. Okay, we just need a thing. Wait, did I not get all of them? What? I'm confused. 1292? Gobi Desert? I changed that, right? No, I didn't. Unbelievable. All that wasted time. Oh, by the way, Opons, have you played any Apex Mobile yet? Is that... wait, that may not be available in the States, is it? Ugh. There we go. We got a bonus 1 point. Way back when it was in its first iteration. Nice, okay. Alright. Looks really nice now, I bet. Marco Polo! You forgot your printing block. That's it! I knew I'd forgotten something. Now at last, I can get started for home. The people back there aren't going to believe the stories I've got to tell. Are you ready to head back to Italy, Marco? We're on our way, Mario. I owe it all to you. I even decided to make you an honorary member of the family. From this day on, you can call yourself Mario Polo. Oops. Official? Is this canon? Did we just discover something that people have forgotten? His official name is Mario Polo. He's a part of the Marco Polo family. Look at the discoveries we're making. We're learning so much today, but mobile 3D games like that are not my thing. Yeah, I don't think I'll play it. I don't think it's for me. Well, it's about that time. No, Emmers, but time doesn't exist now because of time machines. So you've got plenty of time. you don't have to leave because you can just go back in time. It's just how it works. It's how it works now. But thank you for being here. Oh, it does. No, but thank you for being here. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you later. See you tomorrow. We'll be playing Sherlock tomorrow. That's why we're losing. Oh, wait, that's this weekend, isn't it? No! That makes me sad. It's this weekend. It is. That's right, the 13th. Is that what day it is? Yeah, the 13th. Sag. Bummer. But thanks for being here, Emmers. Thanks for hanging out. Always good to see you. We'll see you later. That'll be me waking up Sunday morning. Athens 369 BC. The methods by which we seek an understanding of our world, our universe, ourselves, are believed to have been created by the great thinkers and teachers of ancient Greece. One of the most noted of these philosophers was Plato. In something, he founded what is said to be the first something in... I assume it's... Yeah, there we go. He founded what is said to be the first university? That's like a... I think that's an option. Known as the Academy, the schools survived for over 200? 500? Whoops. I did 4,000 by accident. Didn't mean to. $900 years? There you go. There, Plato taught his students through a dialogue of questions and answers. He learned this so-called method? No. This so-called Socratic method of instruction from his own teacher. Ugh. Push the wrong button. From his own teacher, Joan of Arc. Just kidding. Socrates. One of Plato's students, Aristotle, became a great philosopher scientist himself. Plato examined such questions and ideas as, what is wisdom? What is death? No. What is Burgesses? I used Burgesses earlier. What is scurvy is one of his questions that he asked. What is truth? And what is the best form of death? I don't know actually what that is. Is that right? No. What is the best form of... I feel like it could... Government? The teachings of Plato have influenced Western civilization for... I mean... how many centuries? Like a lot of them. Like all of the centuries. Just so many centuries. Like just so many centuries. 30? 37? I feel like they give a round number, right? Okay. Alright, hold on. We did 200. 24? Okay. His ideas are found in his many great works, including The Blank, in which he contended that the best form of government would be a blank of ruling blank. Including... It's going to be capitalized. The... Republic? In which he contended that the best form of government would be a... something of ruling something. Is it gonna be a republic? No. A... meritocracy? of ruling. What is a meritocracy? I bet that would help. Patrons? Philosophers? I don't know what a meritocracy is. What is that? Let's find out. Meritocracy. A government or the holding of power by people selected on the basis of their ability. Which I guess makes sense. They have merit, I suppose, is the deal. Let me check a thing. Okay. Good. All right. So Athens, 369 BC. How do I get out of here? Actually, whoops. No! No! How do you flip the switch on that thing? The controls in this game are crazy. There you go. Athens. So, like, selecting this is up and down, and then switching between things is left and right. But even on that, like, sideways switch, that is also how it works. What was it? Something... something. 369. That should have been easy to remember. 3... 6... 9. Alright, here we go, friends. I know how much you missed the surfing, so we're back with it. We're back at it. Plato, this book is yours. Ah, my republic. Thank you, Mario. This book is mine, but the knowledge belongs to all. Now I can teach my pupils just as Socrates taught me. What can you tell me to make me smarter? Just do what you did. Ask questions, for no question is too foolish to ask, and from small plumbers, great questions may arise. Well, thank you. This has certainly been a good use of my time. I realize I can actually forward through things. So I don't need to, like, just sit there. Alright, we have a crown. The transformation... London, 1595. The transformation of blank from a small island nation to a great world power began during the 45 reign of one of that country's greatest monarchs. So, the transformation of... Britain? England? Blah, 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 blah. During the 45-year reign of one of the country's greatest monarchs, blank, Queen Elizabeth? Something Queen Bess? Backward Queen. No. It's not Pacific. British. English. I'm very good at this. Something Queen Black, right? Okay, I was gonna say that doesn't sound like a name you'd give. Second Socratic Spice. Spice Queen? She's not Spice Queen. Backward, black, British, crooked, Eastern, English, gas, globe, good. Oh, good Queen? I see. As she was fondly known by her subjects, ruled with strength and wisdom in spite of the many problems she faced as queen. Hers was a kingdom troubled by deep religious divisions and a war with Spain's king. David? No. King. Lorenzo? I guess Medici is Italy, right? Ptolemy? I suppose that's like a Greek name, isn't it? Spain's king? Say Caesarion? No. Charles Del Cano? He knows much about Spain's history. We did that. We did Niccolo. The good thing there's no extra lives. Maybe we just skip that one for now. Philip? Is there one? Ah, thank you, Jester. The famous sea battle with his blank was successful but costly. With his... Spanish Armada was successful but costly. Finally, countless plots against Elizabeth were attributed to her enemies, including her cousin, Mary, Queen of Scots. When Mary fled to England after abdicating the Scottish throne, Elizabeth had her confined for some 16 years. Ultimately, Mary was accused of something and done away with. Treason. No? Heresy. Let's try that. Huh, not heresy or treason. Mary was accused of blank and done away with. Let me just double check. I did treason, right? Didn't press the wrong one? Oh, okay. I think it's treason, but you picked the other. Okay, I thought I did that. It was, however, Elizabeth's generous support of the arts and sciences during the period that produced playwright William Shakespeare and world explorer blank that allowed her to preside over what is today called the Golden Age of England. Is that Francis Drake or something? Okay, London, 1595. You've got this. Oops, switch that. Yeah, 95. I think it's 1595. And then London. London town. That's exactly how they sound, by the way. Oh, there it is. Surfing time. Let's go. Got this. So majestic. Where's the queen's room? Can't go up the stairs. Excuse me, miss. Can I see the queen? You're a bold little fellow. Rather cute, too. However, you must have an audience to see the queen. Is this not the queen? I thought surely... Ah, okay. They're just dressed very similarly. Greetings, ma'am. I must speak to you. Your Majesty, I think you'll need this. The royal crown.
You have kept it well and returned it safely to its rightful place, Mario. We are eternally grateful.
It's all in a day's work, Your Highness.
A day's work, you say? That gives us an idea. For this day, we shall make you a knight. Arise, Sir Mario, defender of the crown. Accept our personal thanks.
Look at that. That's exactly what it was like. It's so great that we're getting a glimpse into history like this. You know, like you never think about these things until it's times like this. Okay, last one? Question mark? Calcutta. Few political leaders have earned the prestige of Mohandas K. Gandhi. Born in India in 1869, he studied law in... I assume not India is the... We do be learning stuff today, it's true. I mean, where did he study law? Cambridge? And settled in South Africa. Egypt? No. Where did he... What if it is India? No, okay. Figured we might as well just give that one a shot. Just get that one out of the way. Where did he learn... Where did he study law? Germany, Florence, Europe, England. Did I do England? Alexandria? No. None of these places, I mean, maybe, I wonder if one of these is, like, known for being... like, known for their law or something. But none of this is standing out to me. Greece? Where did he go? I mean... We'll leave it blank for now. There he protested unjust laws with campaigns called blank, meaning grasping for the truth. Oh, is it this? Yeah. After some success, Gandhi returned to India in blank. So... Okay. A land ruled by the British since... Okay. Oops. Returned to India in 1915, a land ruled by the British since... Who needs Elden Ring when we have this? I know. This is the real difficulty. 1757. Duh, chat. Soon called Mahatma? Is that what it is? This is true hard mode. I'd like to see Elden Ring players beat this game. He united Indian factions and extracted British concessions by threatening to fast himself to death. That's where death comes in. In 1942, when he refused to support the British in blank, he was jailed. In government? The British in... In 1942, when he refused to support the British in something, he was jailed. Burgesses? Didn't think we'd use it twice. Coronation. War? Is that an option? Death, English, filament, fireworks, fresco, globe, government, gravitation, guardian, heresy, history, histories, independence, light bulb, Mahatma, meritocracy, motion, ocean, palace, patents, patrons, perspiration, philosophers, play, playwright, president, principia, renaissance, republic. We just used this. Scribe, scurvy, Spanish Armada, speaker, spectrum, stonecutter, symphony. That's it. No, tragedy, treason, truth, university, weather, wizard, World War II. Oh! Nice, Jester. You're on top of this. After the war, he participated in conferences with British Viceroy. We just heard the word Viceroy in another stream. I don't actually know what a Viceroy is. Star Wars. It's not Medici. After the war, he participated in conferences with British Viceroy. I was thinking first name, last name, but... David. Just everyone knows him as David. Julius Caesar. No. We're gonna start going down the list. Julius II. No. Mark Antony. No, he wasn't alive then. Mountbatten. What is this? Okay, there we go. Though Gandhi was mortally wounded 1 year later, his enduring legacy is in the practice of blank resistance. A tactic later used during the Civil Rights Movement in the United States. Oh, the Queen's husband's family? Pacific? No. Pacific. This is what that says. Passive resistance. I was like, it has to be something like this. And I was like, is this another... Okay. The one thing we're missing is he studied law in blank. Where did he study law? Oh, who took the Mountbatten name? Oh! I like that. Okay, interesting. Not Tierra del Fuego. Stratford? We did Persia. Where did Gandhi study law? England? Nope. Europe? Nope. London is not an option. Even though he was German and they married after World War II, he fought the war for England. Interesting. I did not know that. Caprice? It's a type of pants. Of course it wasn't Caprice. I know all about the Windsors. That's actually awesome. Hold on. Where did Gandhi study law? I thought I did Cambridge. Hold on. It says London, according to Google. Salmadas College. But left after one term? Oops. Okay, let's try again. Europe. London again is London's not a. Yeah, London's not an option. Starting from the top. Now we're here. It's gonna be like, I don't know. It's got to be Britain out of this. That's what I would think too. But wait, I thought we did that. Did I? Have I just been selecting the wrong ones? Calcutta, 1947. Whoops. I thought I did. Am I just dumb? Oh, I did England? Did I? I thought I went through both of them. I may have just got confused. 1947, is that what I said? That's my bad. That's on me. 1947. I really do want like a lo-fi mix of this song. I would listen to it. This is a bot that nobody really knows about. See, look, you guys are gonna be able to see this and be like, yeah, I know what Mario's time machine is. How could I forget? All right. I don't think this is the right person. This is not you. Mr. Gandhi, your flag. Am I too late? You are just in time, my small friend. A new era is dawning for the people of India. Thank you, Mario. I shall not forget you. Say, Mahatma, any Koopas bothering you? No, Mario, but your life seems so full of endless struggle. Perhaps you should consider defeating these enemies of yours through passive resistance. Tell that to Bowser, buddy. Just kidding. What if that's how the game ends? I was like, maybe I should try that. Bowser, bow wow. All right. All right, we completed this. Is there more? There's more? Oh my gosh. What is this? Is this a knife? Michelangelo Buonarroti. One of history's most impressive artists was born in Caprice, Italy on March 6th, 1475, raised by a family of blank at the age of 13. He was apprenticed. Raised by a family of... philosophers? Stone cutters? Say, Mahatma, any Koopas bothering you is my my favorite Nintendo game quote. I should have screenshotted it. I should have screenshotted it. Say, Mahatma, any Koopas bothering you? At the age of 13, why it really hit me now that you mentioned it. At the age of 13, he is apprenticed to learn the basics of painting at the Blank Brothers Studio. Total guess. Michelangelo. Game is... Wait, is it not? Who made this? Michelangelo, however, considered himself a sculptor, and he broke his contract so that he might study in the sculpture gardens of the great patron like I said. Lots of games published by... That's a fair point. Like, Soccer, Strikers. It's not made by Nintendo, right? Indeed, Michelangelo's fame as a sculptor is unmatched. His remarkable Pieta, that was that character from Hunger Games, was carved when he was only 23. Shortly thereafter, his 13.5-foot something was brought from a single block of marble. Oh, David? When commissioned to paint the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, finally we get to use that. I was like, I'm sure this will be used. Though Michelangelo implored Pope Philip? No, Pope. Well, maybe. Nope. Pope. Ptolemy? No, Charles? Nickel? That's what well, we just used that, I think, a bit ago, but maybe. No. David. Dad joke incoming. What happening? What happened to the other 15 chapels? That's pretty good. If I had Square's laugh track, I'd play it. That 12 guy is sus. It's a title. Delcano? Can't popes like rename themselves? Thomas Jefferson, Thomas Alva Edison, Socrates, Francis Drake, St. Catherine, Queen of Scots, Queen Elizabeth, Ptolemy, we did that. Philip, Niccolo, Mozart, Mountbatten, Mona Lisa, Mark Antony. We did not do Medici. Julius? There you go. Let's go return this. While we're here, It was kind of tricky because they also had Julius Caesar right there. By the way, while we're here, Splinter Scroll Lock. Oh, is that the name of the Pope? Do you guys know our friend, our buddy, our pal Gizmo, right? You know our buddy, our pal Gizmo. Well, we're gonna be raiding into him soon, but tomorrow, he should not be here because his stream started. Tomorrow is his birthday, and yeah, he's already started, and he doesn't know. He's not listening. Yeah, he's not listening. Tomorrow is his birthday. And so what we're doing is, if you want to, if you feel like you know, this is what the secret thing is about. If you feel like you want to give him a little thank you, go here. Go right here. That it's a kudo board, which if you don't know what it is, it's almost like a Animal Crossing type board, like you know how the message bulletin board thing. You can put in like a picture. You can upload something. He's a big Scott Pilgrim fan, but he's chatting now. You're safe. Okay, all right. You can put a message, a GIF. You can put whatever. You can just put a picture that just says happy birthday, or you can just write happy birthday. Anyway, go there now and put something. There's a few people have already done so. And he's not streaming tomorrow, so today's his birthday stream. So I'd like to give him this as soon as we can. So go now if you want to fill it out. Is it GIF or GIF? I mean, he said it the same way, so I can't. I had a picture that I probably didn't have to sign. Oh yeah, I saw that. For sure. So if you'd like to, go fill it out and just add a thing. I posted a picture of the Scott Pilgrim wins his birthday, and nom 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 nom. And then I wrote a little message. But so anyway, if you want to do that, go do that now. Because we'll be raiding into him soon. I'll post the link again. Intro! Thank you so much for resubscribing. Wait, you're not streaming right now, are you? Did I make that up? No, you're not streaming right now. I don't know why I thought you were. I thought I saw a notification about you. But intro! Another Australian in the stream. Thank you for resubscribing. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's a college humor game show about being pedantic about nerdy stuff. That's amazing. How are you? We've been playing because it's Mario Day here. Whoops. It's Mario Day here. Oh, this is not the right controls. So we are playing Mario's Time Machine. I'm gonna give everybody a few more minutes to fill it out if you guys want, and then we're gonna head over there. We may not give it to him immediately. Well, maybe we will. I don't know. We'll kind of leave it open though in case anybody else wants to write anything. But we can give it to him. And then when we do, we'll raid over there. We'll raid over to Gizmo, and we'll like give a fist bump birthday raid or something. I don't know what to call it. What is this G? It's a G, right? I mean, it's backwards. What do you think this is? This looks like a ship wheel, a skull, and that. Let's do this keyboard. Oh wait, I haven't picked it up. Intro, how are you? Wait. Oh, we didn't do the thing. We need to go to Florence, 1503. Unbelievable. Well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're doing well. Whoops, that's not the right thing. Oh, well, hold on. Oh, gosh. These controls. Florence. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, overall doing really well. We started a D&D campaign thing this week that's on Mr. Sputnik's channel, and honestly, that has been so exciting and has me thinking about D&D on the brain. Really, I feel like that's the only thing kind of new this week. Also, I get to surf in this game before we time travel. So that's fun. Oh, you're totally good. I appreciate you guys chatting. I will never say no to chatting, just about. Unless it's just like, you know, not family friendly or something. But I will never say no. You just keep doing your thing. Never apologize to me. Square, I already told you. Don't apologize for anything. D&D, you say? It's true. Peepo arrive. I love D&D. What? But you know what? To be honest, I still don't know what this item is that we're carrying. Excuse me, sir. Do you have a moment? Away with you, little man. There is an exquisite block of art hiding in this block of marble, and I must find my chisel and free it. Leave me alone. Wait, did we not get everything? Oh, maybe this isn't the right person. Maybe this isn't who we're looking for. No! Wait. I don't think that's right. Wait, it has to be him. Yeah, we started a D&D campaign. I'm very excited. What? David, Sistine Chapel, Julius II. That's all green. Lorenzo. This guy. Stonecutters, 1475. Caprice. Do I need to chat with people? That's so fun. It is. I'm very... I don't know. The first day was great. Howdy, friend. Who are you? I'm Raphael. Do you recognize this chisel? Offer chisel? I'm a painter, not a sculptor. Okay, well, maybe you should branch out a bit. Buongiorno. Is this chisel yours? Not yet. Do you know the artist? Yeah, okay. Where did he learn to sculpt? Blah, 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 blah. What's his greatest talent? He loves too much. Okay. Hello. What are you looking at? A painting Michelangelo helped me with. Okay. Why did he leave the workshop? He was bored. Did you ever hear from him? He's got stuff to do. Do you have any paint to spare? I'm an artist, not a store clerk. I'll give you my staff to give you paint. What? Okay. Maybe, do we need to go back to this guy? Very confused. Why can't we solve this? Are we in the right? We're in the right place, right? And time? Florence 1503. I don't think it would have sent us here if we're like... What is this? Are we hard locked into the game? Did we... He's just very busy, but should I travel later? Should I come back? Maybe do you have to do it in order? Maybe you have to do it in order. This is the first time I did anything out of order. So maybe that's the reason why? Weird. Weird? Because you can't... Hold on. You can put this back. Hey, that's what... Oh, is this the press? The printing press? Probably. Okay, we will, we'll probably end here in, like, 10 minutes. So we'll do one more of this, and then we'll end. But again, if anyone wants to post a message to Gizmo for his birthday, there is your link. Follow it, and type out a little just happy birthday or whatever. When young Johann Gutenberg was growing up in Germany? At the turn of the 15th century, books were very rare and expensive because a blank had to duplicate a scribe. Had to duplicate each by hand. So since Johann was a child of great curiosity who loved to read, he dreamed of a faster, easier way to make books. Luckily, Johann had blank, a large fortune, inherited. This allowed him to dedicate all his time to the invention that would soon change the world. The secret he revealed was in finding a way to print words so copies would be quick and effortless. Gutenberg first tried carving letters from wood, but the printing came out crooked and blurry. He continued to experiment, spending all of his father's money during the blank years it took to perfect. 30 to perfect the printing press. The final press made with movable something type. Metal? Worked perfectly. His childhood dream realized at last. Johann printed his first books in 1455. They are known today as Gutenberg Bibles? Mainz 1455. Here we go. Look at us. This is a speed run now. Or not. That I kind of took a guess there. But that one, we actually, I knew some things. Mainz 1405. Is that what I said? 1405. Let's double check. 1455. I've heard of the Gutenberg's address. I've heard of the Steve Gutenberg. Anyone catch that? Steve Gutenberg. I think that's the main actor from Police Academy. Wait, did I do 45? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No! Ah. Yes, thank you. Surfing! We do it again. I'm gonna blame the controls. And not my incompetence. So you know that so you know that's accurate. Okay, we go into a world now. Well, he's probably in like a shop or something, right? Parchment, scribe, mint? No. Scribe? No. Oh, he's just at home. Hi, Johann. Having a productive type of day? Herr Gutenberg, I believe this is your type. Also star of Short Circuit, exactly. And you're my type of guy, Mario, but please, call me Johann. Your hard work has helped me to finally finish my masterpiece. What will you do next, Johann? Well, Mario, after spending the last 30 years working day and night on this printing press, I've got a stack of reading to catch up on. Just love that then Mario just leaves. He's just like, oh, okay. Bye. Good luck with the printing thing. We have time for one more, maybe, if we speed it. I'm curious if this is the last, like, section. Let's see what this one is. What is this? Is this a wheel? Pacific Ocean. The importance of perseverance has few better examples than Ferdinand Magellan. When Columbus reached America in 1492, he thought he had found a western shortcut to India, right? By blank. However, when Magellan's 5 ships sailed west to find the blank, by... Oh, gosh. No. Oh, wait. 1519. There we go. When Magellan's 5 ships sailed west to find the blank islands... Pacific? No. British? Those British Isles, isn't it? The Galapagos? Right. I don't know, maybe got turned around. Spice Islands. Explorers suspected that the Americas were a vast new region unconnected to Asia. After a year of exploring the blank coast, eastern coast of the New World for a way west, Magellan entered the rough seas between blank and the tip of South America. The rough seas between... something dune spice. There we go. Yeah. Hilarious. I feel like Tierra del Fuego, is used somewhere in here. Antarctica? After blank days of struggle, 1,000. No. 200? I did 17. 200? Not all of them were struggle, right? How about... How long did he struggle for? A month? 500. 900? No, that doesn't make sense. It's many years. After 24 days. No. 3 days. We did 30. 37? If he's anything like me, every waking day is a struggle, right? Do we do 39? Okay, after 39, there we go. Magellan entered the vast Pacific Ocean. Sailing west, his crew endured malnutrition and scurvy. That's one of the options, right? The happiest way somebody has ever said scurvy. Until they reached the Philippines. There, Magellan was the victim of hostile natives, but Juan Sebastian... Juan Sebastian... Del... Bach. Yes, that's right. Del Cano? Pressed on. Victoria! The sole remaining ship rounded the Cape of Africa and returned to Spain. Thus, Magellan's expedition became the first to sail around the Christmas Day, the globe. In so doing, it demonstrated the true scale of the globe? The oceans, and proved that the Americas were indeed a new world. Pacific Ocean, 1521. The power of friendship. Pacific Ocean, 1521. All right, here we go. Man, we won't finish it today, but I do want to finish it at some point because I think we're actually kind of close to being done. 1581? Is that what I said? We'll double check before I actually go. 1581? $15.21. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so bad with numbers. I just can't even remember them half of the time. All right. To the Pacific. I hope we show up on our board. Ugh. Look at that. Almost got me. Kind of a bop, not gonna lie. Alright, here we go. We're on our way! Can we talk to the bird? No. I wish there were more Easter eggs in this game. This looks like some kind of storeroom. Captain? Could you tell me where this ship is headed? Go away, senor. I am much too busy to converse with you. Besides, I cannot tell you where we are going now. My astrolabe is missing, and oh, that's what that is. And I cannot determine our latitude. Wait, but I'm not done with you. I think you'll be needing this. My astrolabe! Now I can find the way to the Spice Islands and then home. We may finish this voyage safely after all. Thank you, my friend. Hey, now I can say that I set Magellan straight. That's rather catchy. Magellan Strait? Strait of Magellan. Why, I think that's what we'll call the passage back here. Thanks for the inspiration, Mario. This is history. This is history in the making. It's kind of incredible how all this happened. Wow. What a world. What a world we live in, my friends. I bet these last three have to be like the last. Well, we can turn this one in, right? Because we've. Oh, but it like reset it. Rude. Okay, we'll save this for next time. Save it for next time. I think that is Shakespeare's skull. And then I don't know what this is. Well, let's see. Hold on. I bet this is Shakespeare's skull. Yeah, Stratford upon Avon. So Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, this is all about Shakespeare. This one should be easy. I was a bit of a Shakespeare head growing up. And then who's this? What is this? Oh, okay, so this will have to be with Mark Antony. Because this is Cleopatra. But then what is this thing? I still... Maybe it's like a symbol of their love or something. Poor Yorick! Alas! I feel like... I want to... Because, hold on, this has to be the... How many levels are there? How many levels in Mario Time Machine? Mario Wiki. Hold on. The museum is 3 floors high. 15 time periods to travel to. Mario must take an artifact. Yeah. So, these are the last 3, but it is endless as history is still happening. I wish there was like a DLC. We should pester Nintendo about creating a DLC for this. We need like modern times. Mario, I don't know, is there at the start of, I don't know, Apple. He talks to Steve Jobs. He has to give him like an iPod. And he's like, I think you dropped this. Anyway, that'd be amazing. No one. Jet, hey Nintendo, can we get a Mario Time Machine DLC? They're like, yeah, actually, that's a good idea. We could fix our online situation, but instead, let's do this. This is a good idea. All right, well, we'll go ahead and end here. I actually do want to finish this one day. One day where we're like, what should we play? I have no idea. Someone remind me that we need to finish this game. Someone remind me of that. So let's go ahead and switch over here. All right, so friends, we are going to raid our buddy and pal, Gizmo. It is his birthday tomorrow. Today is his birthday stream, and he's playing Outer Wilds right now. He might play something later, I think he had said. But let's just go give him a raid and say happy birthday. So if you have our emotes, go ahead and do like, I don't know, fist bump and just say happy birthday Gizmo, something like that here. And then another fist bump, and then you can copy it. If you don't have our emotes, you can do like, what's a good global one? There's like a party one, isn't there? Every time I see you live, I'll join and ask, when is Mario Time Machine? Do it. Never let up. Do like, global emotes. What's a good one? How about, there has to be like a party hat one. Yeah, look at that. Party hat. Party hat. Birthday hat, or just birthday. Happy, it is your birthday. Happy birthday, Gizmo. And then party hat again. Boom. So if you don't have our emotes, you can do that as well. But let's go ahead and head over there. Thank you again, everybody, for being here. I appreciate. The music's really loud. Apologies. But before we go, let me just give out a couple of thank yous real quick. Boop, 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 boop. Runner, thank you so much for those bits. Squirrel Lock, thank you for the tweet reminder. Punch Lasers for the raid. Stevie for the follow. Irish for redeeming Get Cozy. I appreciate it. And Intro for the resub for 6 months. It's crazy. It's been half a year. So copy. Get that ready. We're going to head over to Gizmo. Yeah. Thank you guys again for being here. Let me start the raid. Tomorrow we'll be back with more Sherlock Holmes. So if you want mystery, come back. Come back and we'll solve some crimes. This Saturday we'll be playing Animal Crossing. So if you want some Animal Crossing in a cozy Animal Crossing stream, come be here for that. Sunday we'll be off. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. A good Mario day. I hope you were here and you learned something. I hope that you'll walk away and be like, you know, certainly I remember, can I use Mario's Time Machine to time travel to whenever you finish Mario's Time Machine? I think so, but it might create like a paradox of some kind. I'm not really sure how that works. But thank you everyone for I love that emote. Thank you for being here and hanging out with me today. I hope to see you tomorrow. I'm trying to think if there's anything else important that I should mention. I don't think so. We have a Discord if you want to join, and I never mentioned that. And yeah, I don't know. I think that's it. But all right, make sure you not whisper. Make sure you, opposite of whisper, can you say Burgesses? I learned, yes, I learned the word Burgesses today. That is my sentence. Whisper. Just whisper to Gizmo happy birthday. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for being here, friends. I'll see you. Bye-bye!